Steve Roberts from the local show here in Syracuse, hanging out with Joe Scripa, the Scripa Group Realty. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Steve.
So, Joe, what am I looking at here? Looks like a lot of electricity, wires, power. Tell me, explain this to me.
It is power, and this is Clay, New York, just a little bit north of Syracuse, the future home of Micron Technologies. Steve, do you know why Micron Technologies chose Syracuse, Clay, New York?
Because the Scripa Group is here?
Well, it's not completely because of the Scripa Group is here. Now, I could credit and say that they needed me here to do all this ancillary real estate work that we do, but I don't think that's exactly it, but that is what we can do.
Okay, so what's the real reason?
The real reasons are natural resources, power that you just saw, land, abundant land, people, good people, schooling, great resources, all the water that's needed to serve what we've learned is a chip plant like Micron.
So what I'm looking at is the future home of Micron in Clay, correct?
Approximately 1,000 acres right here on this side of the road. We're going to be coming up on the corner of Route 31 and Caughdenoy Road. And it's my understanding Onondaga County just closed on approximately another 100 acres just on the other side of where you see those cars driving.
So I see farms, maybe older farms, some houses in the community, and that's Caughdenoy Road that we're heading parallel with or down south with right now.
It is. And you'll see we're coming up here to Route 31, so that would be the corner of Route 31 and Caughdenoy Road in the town of Clay. If we were to head west, we would be headed towards the business district of Clay and towards Baldwinsville, New York. If we were to head east, we're going to be headed towards Cicero, New York, and Bridgeport, New York. Just north of this site, Steve, as you know, is Oneida Lake and Lake Ontario. Lake Ontario being one of the reasons why Micron and Onondaga County were able to put this deal together, because my understanding is these chip plants need abundant water as a resource for cooling.
Right. So we're flying. So this is Route 31. And we're kind of heading east here, and I see all the property, and there's some on both sides. And your roots are in this area, right, Joe?
My roots are in this area. I'm going to point out one thing. There's this little piece of equipment right in the middle of that field. That is a boring piece of equipment where they use that to take core samples of the earth and test the ground to make sure it can be built on, and water saturation and all that type of thing. You see a cell tower coming up here, and you mentioned I'm from the area. True story, the house we're passing right now, right up there on Route 31, my wife and I, that was our first suburban home, Steve.
How about that? I see a little pond there too.
That pond, my Labrador Retriever used to jump into every morning, 6 a.m. sharp, come back and soak me right before I'd head out for work.
Well, so things are really changing in northern Onondaga County with Micron coming in, and I see a community coming up there and housing. It's a game changer, isn't it?
It's a game changer, and there's land around here for other development, and that's what we do, Steve. We're in the community. We know where people can be. We know where the hotels can be. We understand the community. We understand development. This last piece right here we're coming up on is Burnett Road, and that development you see across the way is called Lawton Valley. Coming into Cicero, it's a great community, and it's a great day for real estate.
So if you want to find out about the properties around this and in the Cicero, Clay, Baldwinsville area, talk to Joe Scripa, the Scripa Group, and he will connect you with answers and knowledge in that space.
Absolutely.